Hey Patriots, I wanted to hop on here and do a little unscripted video. I know that a lot of you are wary and a lot of you are ready for battle. So I want to speak to you and give you some encouragement for both the warriors and those that are feeling down and kind of in a funk right now because you're worried about what the future holds. This morning I opened up my Bible to get some encouragement and I turned to the book of Esther. Now if you're not a Christian, please don't tune out right now or turn off this video because right now I'm going to read you a quote from Samuel Adams that is going to slap you around in a good way, so stay with me. But I opened up the book of Esther and we'll talk about that in a second, but I want to read you this quote. It's from the Founders Bible, so that's why I have quotes in my Bible from the Founding Fathers. Samuel Adams writes, "The liberties of our country, the freedom of our civil constitution are worth defending at all hazards, and it is our duty to defend them against all attacks. We have received them as a fair inheritance from our worthy ancestors. They purchased them for us with toil and danger and expense of treasure and blood, and transmitted them to us with care and diligence. It will bring an everlasting mark of infamy on the present generation, enlightened as it is, if we should suffer them to be wrested from us by violence without a struggle, or to be cheated out of them by artifices of false and designing men." Boom. There is nothing new under the sun. The Founding Fathers knew that this was coming, and that's why they gave us the government that they did. Now I see a lot of political figures and social figures talking about our democracy, our democracy. We do not live in a democracy, thank God. We live in a republic, and that republic protects us from evil men trying to steal our rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, my biggest concern these days is that because I have seen so many politicians in this country do just heinous, evil, and unjust acts against us as people and completely get away with it, my main concern is that we're going to see that again, and that all the lying and cheating and corruption in government is maybe even going to be exposed, but nothing's going to happen. And I know if you're anything like me that you want to see justice now, soon, in this lifetime. Now we're in a position that if we truly want to see justice, then we are going to have to fight for it, because evil is just not going to lay down their plans. They're not going to shrink back and go away. If they get caught, they're going to stand boldly in the face of being found out, and they're going to hold up their big evil little snake-like middle finger and tell us to piss off. So what we're faced with, and what so many people are maybe wrestling with inside right now when they feel fearful and depressed, is they know that that cost is going to be losing our comfortable lifestyles, sacrificing things that they don't want to give up, and potentially losing our lives. Yeah, I know that's not a fun reality. It's not fun to think about, and it's scary and overwhelming. I am not here to tell you that Trump is going to win the presidency and things are all going to be okay. Even if he wins, our problems are not going to go away. It's just going to be just as bad, because the other side is not going to stop fighting for what their goal is, which is all-out state control through Marxism, socialism, and then communism. And while we can't change the situation, what we can do is change our perspective of the way we look at things. I have a lot of peace right now because I've already been through this mourning process of, I knew what was coming months ago. And so I've been through the anger and frustration and sadness. I've cried. I still cry. It's okay. But I just think, who am I that God would place me in this time to fight for my country and for righteousness? Who am I that He would allow me to live in this time where I get to stand up for all that is good, instead of living a life of prosperity and comfort that never really accomplishes anything but making a few people feel good here and there? To be chosen to live in this time is an honor. If I can be real with you guys, a life of Starbucks in the morning and Netflix at night isn't much of a life. I'm sure y'all have seen animals in the zoo, and the thought goes through your mind of how sad that that beautiful, majestic animal is never going to live in the environment it was designed to live in. A lion is designed to run across the Serengeti and live in that space where he reigns in that animal kingdom and a bird is designed to fly, and you see them in zoos and they just have a little canopy, and you think, God, like, I'm so glad I get to see this animal, but how sad that it's never going to reach its potential of what it was made for. I don't want to be a human being in a comfortable little prosperous zoo. I want to see what God made me to be. And if that means that I have to get uncomfortable, then so be it. And if that means that I'm not going to reach my dreams of having a 40-acre ranch one day, then so be it. Because this life isn't what all that there is. This life is so quick compared to eternity. And I don't want to look back on my life and think, well, thank God that just wasn't that uncomfortable. I want to look at my life and thank God that He gave me the opportunity to be pressed and pushed against, and so I could see what He made me to be for His kingdom. I know that some of you may not be there, and some of you are still kind of in the shock of, wow, they're actually doing this. They're actually trying to destroy our country and our way of life, and you may not be ready to be all gung-ho warrior, and that's okay, and allow yourself to have bad days and to get frustrated and angry and cry and all that stuff. It's okay, but I just want you to know that I look at you as a warrior, and I am honored to have you in this fight with me. And I don't know what role you're going to play, but I look forward to seeing what God has prepared for you at this time. For those of you that are there and are ready for battle, I am happy that you're there. And just remember to encourage your brothers and sisters that aren't there yet, that we're going to be with them, that we're in this together. I am very, very thankful right now that the church and that our country and that all the Patriots have been woken up through this adversity. And I'm excited to see what's coming. Let's just prepare in practical ways. Remember to pray. Remember who's in charge. And just keep on bettering ourselves so that we can be the army that we need to be in this time. And for those of you that are coming against us, the left, the corruption, the politicians, the evil, how dare you? How dare you come against us and try to take our freedom and our way of life away? We are not going down without a fight. And I think that you have severely underestimated us. So I will leave you with that. Patriots, I love you. Thank you so much for listening. God bless, and I'll see you again soon.